segment for PappysCorner coming up.
This Chamberlain garage door opener is going to replace my old Chamberlain LiftMaster Professional Formula 1. And this one came with a 6-year warranty. My other one lasted 17 years that I've lived here. So I figured, hey, might as well get another Chamberlain. And I'm going to do an unboxing. Okay, packaging material, some owner's manual. Something here in the end, I'm going to cut the tape here so we can see what it is. Looks like a guard for the chain. There's the chain. You can tell by the weight of it. Get that opened up here after that. All kinds of other goodies in here. Some wiring. Bag of screws. These are the braces that go on the channels that the door rides on. These braces hold the electric eyes, I call them, that line up to make sure there's nothing in the way of the garage door when it closes. There's a doorbell button. There's another mechanism that rides on the chain rail. This is for engaging and disengaging the door when the unit doesn't work. A bar here. Hopefully I can use some of the old stuff that was on the old Chamberlain. The difference between this one, other than it's 20 years newer probably, is that it's a chain drive. My old one was a belt drive. I'll get it out here so you can see it better. And I think I got a couple more things in here. Set this down so I don't fall down. Alright, some protective filler. Now down here in the bottom is a box. And this is what holds the rail. There it is. So here's the rail. More packaging. There we go. So yeah, these, you can see how they're crimped down here, and they're gonna go inside of each other. I'm not gonna do it right now because I wanna make sure I take a look at the instructions and I don't start assembling something the wrong way. So let's get started on the install. Garage door opener, remote. And these are the two electric eyes. These will end up getting mounted in these brackets. Two of those. But I have the old ones still on the door, so I think I can set those aside, and these. That'll save me some of the install. There we go. A little protective cover over the gear. Okay, I just installed this U-bracket onto this one of the tubes. Well, the next step the book showed to go ahead and start attaching the rail. So I took these screws out. And I like that when they have the screws already there for you in position, so you don't have to fish, you know, through the bag and try to measure them and find the right screws. They already have them located for you. So all I had to do was unscrew them, put this on, and screw them back in. So I'm going to tighten these up, and we'll continue on. Okay, this piece here is called the chain spreader, according to the book. And it came with two little screws here that it seats kind of into position there. I can feel it locate, kind of a self-locating scenario. There we go. So yeah, these two screws came packaged with the chain spreader, they called it. That's on there. Well, this is the cover protection bolt. It's a 1/4 by, I believe, 1 1/4. No, yeah, 1 3/4, excuse me. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it on here. I'm not sure. Cover protector or whatever it said it was. Let's see. Cover protection bolt and lock nut. So anyway, there it is. To help show this better, I didn't attach all the rail rods. I just have this one here. There it is, attached. I'll go back and put this back on. I had it on there once, but I took it off. That's the trolley, and the direction on that is so that the lever pulls away from the direction where the motor is. Now with these tubes assembled, I have one more to do. The one on the end here is different, and it has a cutout here and a tab. So that is for, I believe, mounting the chain rail or something. But we'll get to that later. I have one more of these to put on, and I'll go ahead and do that now. Whoops, goes this way. There, it won't come out. Okay, so the rail is all attached. Not sure how long this is, but it's a good 10 or 12 feet. Show you this end piece that has the chain go through it is going to need this installed, a bolt, like a pulley for the chain to ride around. A lock washer and a jammer. And I'll get that tightened up, but I have to bend this tab up. Matter of fact, I can go ahead and do that right now. And the instructions say not partially, but all the way up, vertical 90 degrees. So I'll see if I can't get it up. There we go. Oh, it's up 90 degrees. Okay, this is called the idler pulley. And here I've got the chain that will ride around this pulley. Chain's a little hard to finagle, but not any huge undertaking. So yeah, here it is. I'm gonna bring it around here, and it's gonna run all the way up to the motor. Actually, it goes to that carriage or that trolley. All right, so I'm pulling this through that pulley over to here, and I'm gonna get the master link, and we'll hook it on right here. This little tab that sticks out here, I'm gonna put a link right on there, and that's where that's gonna fasten on this trolley. So now I'm understanding the importance of this screwdriver here to hold this trolley so it doesn't move while you assemble the chain. And I've got the chain, first end of the chain linked, the master link on here. And if you've ever had to replace the chain on your bicycle or motorcycle or anything, you know how Masterlink works. I was going to show that, but I thought, hey, can't show everything, you know, but I can always show it after it's done. And I had to put the other end of the chain onto this bolt here. Lag bolt, I guess it is. Put on a nut, lock washer, and I had it clamped on here just to hold it. But this bolt will go through this tab. And I'll get this nut started on here. And I'll zoom in so you can see this. There you can see how that arrangement works. There's the other end right here. So we'll take up the slack by tightening these screws as we get her assembled. And I've got this about tightened up. I'll tighten it later if need be. Okay, now that the chain is tightened up, I was able to get the other end fastened to the wall using the old bracket and clevis pin. With any luck, those mounting brackets will work up there. Stay tuned. There it is. I got it mounted. The brackets worked great. Screw right there on both sides. Got it plugged in, and I've got it working. And I'll show you what I had to do to teach it to travel. To make it simple, I went ahead and just used the same old wiring. There's the switch that lights up like that. And here's everything wired into the back of the unit. The two wires on the left are for that switch, and the wires on the right are for the protector system, they call it. That's the laser beams that line up, and if they get interfered with, it will reverse the door. And I just kept my old electric eyes hooked up. I'll keep my new ones in case someday I need them for a replacement. The yellow button is the learn button. That's what you'll press to get your remotes paired. And then the arrow up and arrow down are buttons you can push to open and close your garage door manually. That center button is called the adjustment button, and I'll just read to you. I've already done it, and it took me 2 or 3 tries to get it just right, so I've already got it set, but I will read to you the instructions on how this is done. You press and hold that adjustment button in the middle until the up button begins to flash. Press and hold the up button until the door is in the desired up position. Once the door is in the desired up position, press and release the adjustment button. That will set the up position. The garage door opener lights will flash twice, and the down button will begin to flash. Press and hold the down button until the door is in the desired down position. Once the door is in the desired down position, press and release the adjustment button. The garage door opener lights will flash twice, and the up button will begin to flash. Press and release the up button. When the door travels to the programmed up position, the down button will begin to flash. Press and release the down button. The door will travel to the programmed down position. Programming is complete. So, after you practice that a couple of times, it becomes second nature. And I'll go ahead and show you how the garage door works. Now I'll close it. It's got a little squeak. I'll have to spray some silicone lubricant. Thank you for coming to the corner today. And remember, do something nice for someone today. Love ya.